Well, hello, Taurus folks. How are you doing? Welcome to Enchanted Cottage for your love reading, right? This one's going to go just a little different. We're putting things in a little bit of a different order. First, we are going to do, Taurus folks, if you're dealing with someone, the middle will be for singles, and the last is going to be different. We are going to look at the past person, your ex, however you want to look at that, okay? If your Taurus is in, if you have Taurus and Sun, Moon, your Sun, Moon, rising, or Venus, this reading is for you. And if you don't know that information, you can see how to get it for free in my description box, along with an explanation of how to apply information you gain in watching my readings and such, okay? I'm all about telling folks what they probably need to change or work on, right? That's what my readings are about. A little different than a lot of readers, but that's why I'm here. And so at any rate, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel, of course. Like the video, that helps us readers, okay? And comment, of course. If you're interested in a personal reading, I have added those back again, guys. So at any rate, and thank you for those of you who have booked with me already. It's always great to get good feedback from those things. A couple of different ways to do that. You can see that information in the description box as well, okay? So with that being said, Taurus, let's get started. If you are dealing with someone, we are going to get the person's energy, your energy, and the probable outcome based on an energetic snapshot today. All right, so you may be dealing with an Aquarius. You also have Earth and Air energy for what it's worth. More air energy, okay, in your energy, and Sagittarian energy, maybe not, and then we have fire and earth again. I think we may have just about, well, we don't have water, but you know what, it may just be somebody's placement in one of their charts, okay? But as we all know, the zodiac signs are not what is most important. Let's get to the message, okay? With that being said, all right, for some of you, I kind of think that there is a lot of overthinking this thing, okay? And this is in your person's energy, very overburdened, okay? Very overburdened by this thing. Something, and I don't know if maybe they're hung up on something from a past situation. I kind of think that. I think they're kind of, still kind of hung up and hurting over something that happened before you were in the picture. That's what I'm getting. They're focused on this, this loss, this thing that came to an ending in the past, okay? We have the Ten of Swords in their energy, but it's not in the overall or yours. That's why I'm saying it's something from their past. Or maybe they're overly fearful of that, and maybe they're fearful of that because they experienced it and they haven't gotten to a point where they can't, process it, and they're still kind of fearing that may be a repeat in this, okay? That's kind of what I'm getting from this, okay? And I kind of think there's a lot of self-doubt here. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe some immaturity, may not, may involve children, but, this person really feels pessimistic about things. Star, but in reverse. That's what we're getting with that, okay? Kind of lost hope for some things, okay? And, almost like, okay, they're fearing the loss, and I think they're expecting you to step up, but yet they're not willing to do the same, okay? That's kind of what I'm getting. This is a weird reading, but this is intuitively what I'm getting from the combination of these cards, okay? Kind of like, okay, they expect you to do more than they're gonna do, kind of thing, okay? You're feeling very nervous about this thing. Knight of Swords, okay? You want to take a lead. You're really ready to step forward in this thing, okay? Fool card, but the Fool in the Tarot is not a fool, okay? Typically that is taking a leap of faith with by using intuition. You're ready to do that, but, okay? And you're definitely open to this thing, okay? But at the same time, You recognize there are obstacles in the way. That is what judgment reversed means, okay? And sometimes it can indicate you needing to make a judgment call about this whole thing and not doing so, okay? But you're very nervous about this thing, that Knight of Swords. This energy is very nervous, okay? Very chaotic. Sometimes, I don't think this is true for you, but sometimes this energy, and this is your energy we're reading, by the way, the Fool, the Judgment in reverse, and which speaks to you knowing that there are obstacles that need to be overcome, but that somebody over here, you know who I'm talking about, your person is right now not stepping up. And this is making you feel very nervous about this situation, right? Knight of Swords is a shoot first, ask questions kind of individual, can be impulsive and jump to conclusions, and can spout off at the mouth. I don't see that as you, more so than I see this just really, you know, nervous about this thing. And you know, this person can hide their feelings sometimes and be holding back, okay? And certainly that would be understandable with everything else that I'm seeing, okay? So I'm seeing this as more of a nervousness and kind of holding back and saying, okay, wait a minute, you know, yeah. And kind of hiding some things behind your mask. And maybe this is what you're hiding, your willingness to go forward, because you're like, really, you're like, well, yeah, but no, but yeah, but no. That's what I'm getting from you, okay? All right, you know, I think you do have, you know, a lot of emotion for this person, but, you know, you see that they're hung up on this thing. All right, so let's talk about going forward. Kind of interesting energy. You've got the, at the heart of the going forward, you have the Temperance card, okay? This is a card of divine timing and patience, and kind of a call for balance, okay? All about taking a step back. It's a card of healing, okay? Certainly we would be talking about your person hopefully doing that, okay? And needing to take a step back and trust the process, right? And let whatever falls fall, and whatever builds, and just understand that it's all part of it, okay? All right. We have the Knight of Pentacles here. Eventual, don't forget I said that when I described this card, okay? Eventual positive outcome, okay? I think your person is slated to come around, but this is real iffy, Taurus. Real iffy. But you have another card that speaks to that. This is also a travel card, by the way, for what it's worth. Maybe somebody at a distance, or it could represent simply energetic distance, which we certainly see in these other cards. Now, listen to every word about this one. Speedy action after a delay. Everything I'm seeing here is this. This thing has potential to work out, okay? And what's going to be required is patience, often associated with Pentacles, eventual positive outcome, trusting the process, and understanding that action is going to come, but it's going to come at a delay, okay? So don't be so nervous about this thing, you know, regardless of what happens. There's no need to be overthinking and worrying about this thing, okay? It's all about controlling being impulsive, and, you know, do your daily energy work so that regardless, you can stay in this, you know, energy right here, which is a beautiful high vibrational energy, all about trusting the process. So, do you have some obstacles to overcome with this person? Yes. Do they need to step up? Yes. It looks like they're going to, but it could go either way, okay? Energies change. But understand this, you cannot fix this alone. It takes both of you doing this together. Why? Because if you start to work and the other person don't, as I often say, you're going to repel each other. So that's kind of where I am on this thing for you guys, okay? I know that was like an either or, but sometimes, well, really, readings are never set in stone, right? The whole point of divination is to say, look, this is where you're headed. This is what changes you need to make to either enhance it or change it or whatever, right? Depending on the current energies. So that's why I often or always, when I read, give advice, okay? Every card in the tarot deck has advice that's associated with it that may or may not be similar to the actual meaning of the card, right? So you have 78 cards, then they can mean something different reversed, okay? And then they can mean something totally different than that in the position of the advice. So, and by the way, speaking of advice, let's talk about, you got that Eight of Wands in the probable outcome. The Eight of Wands is all about this. If you want to get there to that action where you get the action after a delay, here's what you got to do. And that is the literal advice of this card. Look at what you're doing wrong and look at what you're doing right and change whatever is necessary. Sometimes it can be a mindset. Sometimes it can be ramping up on the shadow work and the energy work and spending time outside of the relationship in solitude, doing your meditation, shadow work, self-care, that sort of thing, okay? I know that was a lengthy reading, but I am going to read until I feel like the message gets out there, okay? So with that being said, Taurus singles, what do you need to know, right? We're going to look at what you may have coming in as well as the advice associated with my Tauruses that are looking for new potential opportunities in the area of romance. All right. You know what, Taurus? I think you're healing from something, okay? Three of Swords in the reverse, okay? A very nice card for healing. But you overcome something that was this is the card of heartbreak when it comes up in the upright, but you got it in the reverse. It is, there are clouds still associated with this that are in your heart, okay? You still feel some pain, but it's much, much better. Could have dealt with a third-party situation. Many times that is what that's about. But things are a lot better. Some challenges still exist. Nothing wrong with that, Taurus. Incredible, okay? Perfect place to be if you've just come out of a heartbreak, okay? That's exactly what you want to see. Now, the other things I need to show you, and by the way, you have Earth, Air, and Fire, okay? I think that was the same thing we got in the couples read. Those different cards, but same signs, but okay. Seven of Wands in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles in the upright. You've got some reminders here. Some of you are feeling like you're kind of stuck and you kind of lost your spark and your oomph and your motivation, okay, to continue doing some work towards really mending your heart and getting better, okay? Heart mending and getting better. You got the Divine Timing card. This card in the advice is all about looking at things from a long-range perspective and not short-term gratification. In other words, reminding you that if you'll just stay the course in this thing and keep your motivation to keep doing the work to heal this thing, that you're going to reap big time rewards, not just in love, but in every area, right? Because it is a part of raising your vibration, this healing process, right? Which is awesome for law of attraction. So not only is it about attracting a viable romantic partner, but abundance in every area, okay? All about, don't be afraid to put in the work because it will lead you to peaceful, calmer, beautiful, happier times, okay? The person in this card is not afraid of that. She sees that. And the tarot, when I read, is genderless, okay? You know that. So at any rate, and certainly, we've got 9 of the 12 zodiac signs. So it's kind of open as to what may be coming in, okay? But I do think that whoever comes in, you're going to see somebody that mirrors what you're going for, and that is a stable and solid and grounded energy. Certainly, this is your energy, Taurus, being an earth sign yourself. So incredible for my ones that are looking for new opportunity. Let's get just a little bit of additional insight for you guys that are looking for someone before we go on to talking about Tauruses that may be dealing with someone in the past. Well, and there you go. Here's the culmination of everything. First of all, eventual positive outcome could involve children here, okay? Page of Pentacles, but, maybe not. Maybe just a youthful energy. Definitely positive. Could be somebody that just has the ability to look through the lens of the child before the child becomes jaded with the things of the world that are less than pleasant, okay? Star card, all about optimism. Could be an Aquarius coming in, okay? The card of better days ahead. Happiness, hope, and healing. That's what this card is about. Optimism and staying optimistic, right? having the motivation that we talked about a while ago. And you may have a Leo coming in, but look here, I want to show you this. This is, I saved the best for last, as I always do. Got the Sun card here, and this was at the center, by the way. I got these, this was actually, came out like this, okay? So the Sun, which is a major arcana, as is the Star card, okay, the Star, make a wish, right? It's about manifesting too, but the Sun card is a card of overall abundance and happiness in every area. Very well speaks to long-term relationships and or marriage, okay? But it's not, and you know, the interesting thing, if you read the literal description of this card on tarot.com, you will see that, you know, there's a lot of things, but the Sun card, it doesn't just say marriage, it says a happy marriage. So I just want to throw that out there. So stay the course. Keep the long range and divine timing in your mind, because understand that that is what it's going to take to end up here, where the light is just emanating from your whole existence, Taurus. That's how it works, okay? So if you are interested in an ex or someone out of your past, if you're thinking about someone from your past, this part of the reading is going to be for you guys, okay? Let's get a quick energy update on that situation, okay? Let's take a look. All right, Taurus. By the way, I think I said this, but I do personal readings if you guys ever want to delve into anything any deeper. You know, love, money, job, whatever, right? Okay. So, all right. So, you know what? All right. So your ex, your person from the past, does look back on this situation with fond memories. Some of you, and you know what? I'm seeing endings here in your own energy. This thing may have been a divorce, very much so. Why? Because Three of Cups in the reverse, okay? Ten of Swords in the reverse, okay? You know, overly dramatic, but definitely we see endings here, okay? Queen of Swords in your person's energy, and I know I'm bouncing back and forth. I just kind of follow where I'm led to go. Something about your ex's energy, he has a, you know, he or she, gosh, I'm turning this around like I'm reading for a female, okay? And I know I do have a lot of female watchers, but I have some males that watch too, so my apologies. But you know what? It's almost like, you know, and you have, by the way, in your person's energy, we've got water, fire, and air. And over here, you've got air, fire, Leo, earth, fire, and water. So we got all the zodiacs, okay? But anyway, you know what? Your person does have fond memories of this thing. Your person was maybe very charismatic, okay? Very, you know, a charmer, King of Wands, okay? Touch of arrogance, maybe, okay? But denial of some things. Queen of Swords in reverse. Not seeing some things, okay? There's some things that this person will not see, and perhaps fears speaking some truths and maybe even neglecting themselves, okay? That's their energy. Your energy, as I mentioned, the Three of Cups, but in reverse, right? Disharmony. Something happened in this thing that hurt you very much, and I always say possible divorce when that card comes up like that, because in the upright, it certainly speaks to celebrations and marriage, okay? But you know what? You have a tremendous amount of emotion for each other. Kind of interesting. Six of Cups on his side, Sun on your side. You know, you'd love to have a go at this thing again. Clearly, or we wouldn't be talking, right? You would have already flipped off of this video and onto something else, okay? You know, I don't always say this. I rarely read gender, but you know what? You got three queens here and you got a king. Just calling this like I see it. There may be other people, I don't have the Three of Swords, and you may not even know it, okay? But there are three queens here and a king. I'm just calling that out, okay? And you know what's interesting is you've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, addictive behavior, okay? And you've got the Queen of Cups in reverse, which certainly speaks to so busy taking care of everybody else that they're neglecting themselves. We got that already over here. But you've got the Five of Wands in the reverse. That is actually good, because that means that, you know, there is, you know, and it may not be that there's like, he's out there, you know, messing around with every, you know, Sally, Sue, and Sharon. I'm sorry if that's your name. It was, you know, I was just pulling out names out of the air. But what it may be is just meddling folks, okay? Just people in that person's ear, okay? Now, here's what I said, and there was a reason that I said that, and it was this. 5 of Wands in the reverse, okay? There was conflict probably involving a lot of people or several people outside of the relationship, but this was in reverse. This is all about coming out of that and stepping out onto your own. Interesting. So I think the obstacles there are these, okay? It's really not the fault of the people interfering. Hear me out. It is the fault of whoever is allowing those people to interfere that is involved in this thing. Either it's you or this person, okay? You know, are they going to step out of that? You know, I think it's going to have to, if this happens, it's going to be despite that, okay? That's not going to stop, but the person is going to have to see that, okay? Whether they do or not is another matter entirely. But they do have emotion for you, no doubt, and you for them. Kind of interesting. Very well could be looking at a very, very intense soul connection here with the cards that I'm seeing. You know, a lot of nostalgia here on the part of your person from the past. You know, yeah, I mean, I don't know. This thing is iffy. It could go, yeah, I don't know that they're going to step out of that, okay? And I don't know if they did, if it's going to be what you want. The reason I say that is this. You got the 9 of Cups in reverse. It's like you may think you want this, but in actuality, if you were to ever get it, it would not be what you thought it was. I'm just going to call this like I see it, okay? You can feel emotion for someone and still not have the maturity and, you know, the level to step up and do the right thing. I think that's what we're talking about here. And we may be very well dealing with some immaturity, okay? 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Not worth working on it. That's literally what that means, okay? Just not stepping up, okay? I got to call it like I see it. That's kind of sad, you know, to see that. But you know what? If that's what your person is like, you really want someone that has the strength and the fortitude and, you know, the whatevers, and we're just going to say it like that. You know what I'm talking about. To step up and do the right thing, you know, and come up and honor his or her feelings, because you deserve someone who is going to not worry about other people's opinions and not allow other people to interfere with this thing, okay? And if that's you, well, then shame on you. Step up, right? Okay, Taurus? So let's get some overall numerology for all of you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this. Like and comment below, right? We're going to get some numerology on this. For many of you, especially singles, the ones that I read for, a new opportunity is coming. A new start, okay? And also for the couples, right? Conclusions are within reach. Boom. And for many of you, and you know what? I talked to you guys that were looking for new opportunity. You kind of were feeling stagnant right now. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Capricorn energy may mean something to you, maybe not. But let's end it with something from my little 3x5 handmade deck, all right? We're going to see what kind of wisdom has come from the mouth of moi, okay? The philosophy of win at all costs also produces what is ugly. Stephen Mumford, right? Okay, and then we have, let's see, I'll find you one. Outside of your comfort zone is where the magic happens. Inside your comfort zone is stagnation and toxicity, okay? I like this one too. Talking about speaking your truth. Those of you that we talked about, your past person, this applies. People love me because I speak the truth. People hate me because I speak the truth, right? You'll be popular with a few and unpopular with many, okay? But it is what it is, right? It's all about speaking your truth in love and kindness, but uncompromisingly so. With that said, Taurus folks, I wish you beautiful blessings. And until we talk next time, much love and light.